Why are they coming now? What people from two different sides of this issue are saying about it today, and what one big border state governor is doing to cope with the crisis.
We're doing our part to make sure we can keep our citizens as safe as we can. But the federal government is just absolutely failing. Well, you either have an incredibly inept administration, or they're in on this.
With the feds not doing anything when it comes to securing the border, the state just ordered its own law enforcement surge at that same border, where a lot of illegals have been flooding in, something that Maricopa County Sheriff Joe Arpaio is seeing in his own state of Arizona firsthand. Sheriff, very good to have you. What do you think of what Texas is doing here? The feds won't do it, we will.
Well, I have to commend Governor Perry for having the courage to send the Department of his law enforcement, state law enforcement agency down to the border to do something about this invasion of Texas and Arizona on this illegal immigration problem. Seems to be increasing.
So if he does that, they're just going to go to your state, right?
Well, let them come. You know, we lock them up. I'm still locking them up regardless of court decisions and the Department of Justice.
Yeah, where does that stand, Sheriff, if you don't mind my asking?
Well, they just sued me again yesterday for going into businesses and arresting employees with fake ID. So here we go, another lawsuit. But that's okay. We're still going to continue. But, you know, I was with Governor Perry when he ran for president. I spent 2 days. At that time, he sent the Texas Rangers and the DPS to the border, and I'm glad to see he's going back again.
You know, the argument is that when you catch them and bring them in, and you hand them to the feds, they just end up back in your cells again. So how do you control that? That part is beyond your control, isn't it?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. We've done 2,000 surveys of 2,000 people in my jails, illegal immigrants for state crimes, and guess what? 35% have come back over and over again to my jails. So that means they're letting them out the back door, deporting them, and they keep coming back. So how do you think they're going to control all these kids, including teenagers, 60,000 flooding our country? How are you going to control them? They can't even control the criminals that we have in our jails.
And now the latest thing is where they're dumping a lot of illegals, most of them young, most of them kids, at essentially Arizona bus stops. No one's watching them, so they scatter everywhere. And where does that leave you guys?
Well, it's a game plan the White House is playing. Actually, I have a strange...
So, wait a minute, you think that's deliberate? You think that's a deliberate move?
Yeah, I do. I think they did this purposely to get controversy so he can do his executive orders if the Congress doesn't act. But I think
that Sheriff, that would backfire on them, right? Because it looks inhumanitarian. Yes. I mean, you're dumping them back 115-degree heat. No one's watching them. Away they go. So they're shooting themselves in the foot.
It backfired because of the media finally getting to trying to do something about it, and now it's been a big furor not only in the Southwest, across the nation. These kids are going everywhere, including New York, Chicago. So you know what? This is amnesty. This is a DREAM Act. It's all a game they're playing. So I'm glad to see at least Texas is going to patrol that border. And I would highly recommend to the governor to try to go across the border, acting with the federales, to work on that side like I used to do when I was director in Texas and Mexico, and try to work with them and stop these people before they come across the border. I don't think that's going to happen, though.
No, I wouldn't hold my breath. Sheriff Joe, always good.